The Stubborn Prince and the Sacred Clay Pot. Once upon a time in Iho village, nestled amidst rolling green hills and whispering forests, there lived a spirited young prince named Dike. Prince Dike was the only child of Queen Ekemma, a wise and beloved ruler of their kingdom. On a bright morning, as the village prepared for Prince Dike's 13th birthday, Queen Ekemma summoned her son to her side. She held in her hands a delicate clay pot adorned with intricate patterns and shimmering colors. "My dear Dike," began Queen Ekemma, her voice soft yet commanding, "this clay pot is a gift from a revered seer. It holds a great secret and a solemn promise. You must guard it with all your heart." Wide-eyed and curious, Prince Dike gazed at the clay pot. "But why, mother? What secret does it hold?" The queen smiled, her eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom. "This pot, dear son, is more than just pottery. It represents your destiny. As long as it remains unharmed, so shall you." Prince Dike nodded, his young mind absorbing the gravity of his mother's words. "I promise, mother, I will protect it with my life." Queen Ekemma placed the clay pot in Prince Dike's hands, her expression filled with both hope and concern. "Remember, my son, with great promises come great responsibilities. This pot is a testament to our heritage and your future." Taking a deep breath, Prince Dike held the pot close to his chest. "I understand, mother. I will not let you down." As the villagers gathered to celebrate the prince's birthday, whispers of the sacred clay pot spread like wildfire. "The prince has been entrusted with a powerful treasure," they murmured, their eyes glinting with awe and curiosity. Queen Ekemma watched her son with a mix of pride and apprehension. "May the wisdom of our ancestors guide you, Dike," she whispered, her heart heavy with the weight of prophecy. And so, amidst the festivities and jubilations, Prince Dike embarked on a journey of guardianship and honor, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. In the heart of Iho village, where laughter echoed through the streets and the scent of blossoms filled the air, Prince Dike's spirited nature often brought a smile to the faces of his subjects. However, his mother, Queen Ekemma, harbored concerns about her son's impulsive ways. One serene afternoon, as they strolled through the royal gardens, Queen Ekemma gently broached this topic that weighed on her heart. "My dear Dike," she began, her voice tinged with a mother's tenderness, "I worry about the choices you make. Your actions reflect upon our family and our kingdom." Prince Dike skipped ahead, twirling a white flower in his hand. "But mother, I only seek adventure and excitement. What harm can there be in that?" The queen sighed softly, her gaze lingering on her spirited son. "Adventure is a noble pursuit, but remember, even the river that flows freely must respect its banks." Perplexed, Prince Dike paused in his tracks. "What do you mean, mother?" Queen Ekemma smiled knowingly, her eyes crinkling with affection. "Life is like a delicate dance, my son. We must embrace its joys, but also tread carefully to avoid missteps." Prince Dike pondered his mother's words, a newfound understanding dawning in his eyes. "I will be more mindful, mother, I promise." As they continued their walk, the queen's heart swelled with love for her son. "You are destined for greatness, Dike," she said, her voice soft yet resolute. "But greatness requires wisdom and restraint." Prince Dike nodded earnestly, a sense of purpose settling within him. "I will make you proud, mother. Just you wait and see." And so, under the watchful eyes of the villagers and the guiding wisdom of Queen Ekemma, Prince Dike embarked on a journey of self-discovery, learning that true courage and honor are born not from recklessness, but from the strength of a noble heart. One sunny morning in Iho village, the bustling sounds of the marketplace filled the air as Prince Dike approached his mother, Queen Ekemma, with excitement in his eyes. "Mother," began Prince Dike eagerly, "I have met a princess from the faraway land of Okozo, and I wish to marry her." Queen Ekemma paused, her expression softening with concern. "My dear Dike, marriage is a sacred bond that requires careful consideration. The princess' kingdom is distant, and our traditions are dear to us." "But mother," protested Prince Dike, his voice tinged with impatience. "She is kind and beautiful. Why must our traditions stand in the way of love?" The queen placed a gentle hand on her son's shoulder, her eyes filled with compassion. "Love is like a garden, my son. It flourishes best when tended with wisdom and respect." Prince Dike frowned, feeling a mix of frustration and determination. "If you won't allow it, mother," he declared, "then I shall have no choice but to take matters into my own hands." Queen Ekemma's heart sank as she saw her son reach for the sacred clay pot she had entrusted to him. "Dike, no," she cried, her voice tinged with desperation. "Think of what you are doing." The prince held the clay pot aloft, his eyes blazing with defiance. "I will shatter this pot unless you agree to my wishes." The queen's eyes welled with tears, her heart heavy with sorrow. "Oh, my son, do not make decisions in anger, and you will regret in peace." But Prince Dike, consumed by his desires, brought the pot perilously close to the ground. "I am sorry, mother," he said, his voice wavering, "but I must follow my heart." With a heart-wrenching crash, the clay pot shattered into 1,000 pieces, and Prince Dike collapsed to the ground, his eyes closing in unconsciousness. The palace servants gasped in horror, and Queen Ekemma knelt beside her fallen son, her tears mingling with the shards of the broken pot. "What have I done?" she whispered, her voice trembling with grief and regret. And as the sun set over Iho village, casting long shadows upon the sorrowful scene, the wise elders whispered a solemn proverb: "He who breaks the pot of wisdom invites the hand of fate." As Prince Dike lay unconscious on the ground, Queen Ekemma knelt beside him, her heart heavy with anguish and regret. The shattered pieces of the sacred clay pot lay scattered around them, a stark reminder of the prince's impulsive actions. "Oh, my dear Dike," whispered Queen Ekemma, her voice choked with emotion. "What have you done?" The villagers gathered around, their faces etched with concern and sorrow. "Will the prince be all right?" they murmured anxiously. Queen Ekemma gently cradled her son's head in her lap, brushing a stray lock of hair from his forehead. "I fear I have failed him," she admitted softly, her eyes glistening with tears. One of the village elders stepped forward, his voice resonating with ancient wisdom. "The river that rushes blindly meets the rocks," he intoned, "but in time it finds its calm." The queen nodded, her gaze distant yet determined. "I should have made him understand," she lamented, her heart heavy with the weight of prophecy. Hours passed as the village healer tended to Prince Dike, his face pale and still. The queen remained by his side, her hands clasped in silent prayer. At last, as the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of gold and pink, Prince Dike stared, his eyelids fluttering open. "Mother," he whispered weakly, confusion clouding his eyes. Queen Ekemma's heart leaped with relief. "Dike, my dear son," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with emotion. "You are awake." The prince struggled to sit up, his gaze searching. "What happened, mother? Where am I?" The queen took a deep breath, her eyes brimming with unshed tears. "You broke the sacred clay pot, my son," she explained gently, "and in doing so, you invited a great peril upon yourself." Prince Dike's eyes widened in realization. "The pot? It held my destiny, didn't it?" The queen nodded solemnly. "Yes, my son. The seer's prophecy foretold that your life was bound to the pot's safety." The villagers gathered around, their faces reflecting a mixture of relief and awe. "It is a miracle that the prince lives," they whispered among themselves. As Prince Dike absorbed the gravity of his actions, a newfound sense of responsibility settled upon him like a cloak. "I have learned a hard lesson, mother," he said earnestly, "and I vow to heed your guidance from now on." Queen Ekemma smiled through her tears, her heart swelling with pride. The path of wisdom is often paved with challenges, she said, her voice filled with maternal love. But a heart open to learning will always find its way. As Prince Dike recovered from the ordeal of breaking the sacred clay pots, Queen Ekemma remained by his side, her heart heavy with the weight of the seer's prophecy. Prince Dike looked up at his mother, his expression filled with remorse. I never imagined that my actions could have such consequences, mother. Please forgive me. Queen Ekemma placed a comforting hand on her son's shoulder. We all make mistakes, Dike, she reassured him. But it is how we learn from them that defines us. The village healer approached, bearing a tray of herbs and medicines. The prince is fortunate to have survived, he remarked, his voice filled with respect for the queen's wisdom. As Prince Dike regained his strength, he spent many quiet moments reflecting on the events that had transpired. Mother, he finally spoke one evening, what was the seer's prophecy exactly? Queen Ekemma sighed, her gaze distant yet resolute. When I was desperate for a child, I sought the counsel of a wise seer, she began, and he gifted me the clay pot, telling me that my son's life was bound to its safety. The prince's eyes widened in astonishment. So my life depended on that pot? The queen nodded solemnly. Yes, Dike, it was meant to teach you the value of responsibility and the consequences of impulsive actions. A wise elder who has been listening nearby stepped forward, his face weathered with age. The seed that is planted with care will bear fruit in due time, he intoned. But the wind that blows without direction scatters the seeds in vain. Prince Dike nodded thoughtfully, a newfound determination shining in his eyes. I understand now, mother. I will strive to honor the trust that has been placed upon me. Queen Ekemma smiled, her heart swelling with pride for her son's newfound wisdom. You have a noble heart, Dike, she said, her voice filled with maternal love, and I believe you will grow into a wise and just ruler. As days passed in the whole village, Queen Ekemma continued to guide her son, Prince Dike, on the path of wisdom and responsibility. One quiet evening, as they sat beneath the shade of a towering coconut tree, the queen broached the subject that weighed heavily on her heart. My dear Dike, began Queen Ekemma, her voice soft yet resolute, I have always cherished your spirited nature, but I worry about the choices you make. Prince Dike looked up, his eyes reflecting a mixture of curiosity and earnestness. What do you mean, mother? The queen sighed, her gaze filled with maternal concern. Your impulsive actions could bring shame upon our family and our kingdom, she explained gently. Prince Dike's brow furrowed in thought. But mother, I only seek adventure and excitement, he protested, like the heroes in our stories. Queen Ekemma nodded understandingly. Adventure is a noble pursuit, my son, but it must be tempered with wisdom and foresight. A wise elder passing by stopped to join their conversation, his weathered face lined with wisdom. The path of bravery is not always the path of recklessness, he said sagely, for even the lion stalks its prey with patience. Prince Dike listened intently, his young mind absorbing the elder's words. So I must learn to be patient and wise like the lion, he mused. The queen smiled, her heart swelling with maternal pride. Indeed, my son, true greatness lies not only in bold actions, but also in the strength to exercise restraint. From that day onward, Prince Dike made a conscious effort to heed his mother's counsel. He approached challenges with thoughtfulness and deliberation, earning the respect and admiration of the villagers. One afternoon, as Prince Dike demonstrated his newfound wisdom in settling a dispute among the village children, Queen Ekemma's eyes shone with pride. You have grown into a fine young prince, Dike, she remarked, her voice filled with affection. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over Iho's village, the wise elders nodded in approval. The river that flows steadily carves the steepest channels, they whispered amongst themselves, and so shall Prince Dike leave a lasting legacy of honor and wisdom. As the days went by in Iho village, Prince Dike's newfound sense of responsibility and wisdom began to earn him the admiration and respect of the villagers. However, his past actions still lingered in the memories of some, and whispers of cautionary tales echoed through the market square. One sunny afternoon, a group of village children approached Prince Dike as he strolled through the village square, their curious eyes filled with wonder and curiosity. Prince Dike, one brave child spoke up. Is it true that you broke the sacred clay pot? Prince Dike paused, his expression earnest yet remorseful. Yes, it is true, he admitted, and I learned a valuable lesson from that mistake. The children exchanged glances, their young minds eager to understand. What lesson did you learn, Prince Dike? Another child asked. The prince knelt down, meeting their gaze with sincerity. I learned that our actions have consequences, he explained gently, and that true courage is shown not in recklessness, but in taking responsibility for our choices. A wise elder who has been listening nearby approached, his eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom. The seed that the water grows tall and strong, he said, but the seed left untended withers and dies. Prince Dike nodded in agreement. Just like a seed needs care to flourish, so do we, he replied, imparting the elder's wisdom to the children. The children nodded thoughtfully, their young hearts touched by the prince's words. We will remember your lesson, Prince Dike, they chorused. As Prince Dike rose to continue his walk through the village, the wise elder placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. You have shown great humility and courage, young prince, he remarked, and the village is proud to see you grow. With a grateful smile, Prince Dike continued his journey, his heart filled with determination to uphold the values of honor and responsibility that had been imparted to him. And as the village went about its daily life, the whispers of cautionary tales about the broken clay pot began to fade, replaced by stories of Prince Dike's transformation and the enduring wisdom of Iho village. One evening, a sense of anticipation filled the air in Iho village as news spread that a revered seer was returning to their midst. The villagers gathered in the central square, their faces alive with curiosity and excitement. As the seer emerged from the shadows, his presence commanding respect, Queen Ekemma approached with Prince Dike by her side. Welcome, honored seer, greeted the queen, her voice filled with reverence. What brings you back to our humble village? The seer's eyes twinkled with ancient wisdom as he glanced at Prince Dike. I have returned to witness the blossoming of a noble heart, he replied cryptically. Prince Dike stepped forward, his gaze curious yet respectful. Seer, he began, was it you who foretold the fate tied to the sacred clay pot? The seer nodded solemnly. Indeed, young prince, he answered. The clay pot symbolized your life force, bound by a promise of protection. The villagers murmured among themselves, the gravity of the prophecy sinking in. What can we learn from this tale, honored seer? Asked a brave villager. The seer's voice carried across the square like a gentle breeze. The threads of destiny are woven with care and purpose, he intoned, and every action echoes through time like ripples in a pond. Queen Ekemma approached the seer with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Is there hope for my son's future, wise one? She inquired. The seer regarded her kindly. Your son has embraced the lessons of responsibility and humility, he remarked, and such virtues are the foundation of greatness. Prince Dike stood tall, a newfound sense of purpose filling his heart. I am ready to fulfill my destiny, honored seer, he declared, his voice resonating with determination. The seer smiled, his eyes twinkling with approval. The seed that is nurtured with wisdom will bear the sweetest fruit, he said, and you, young prince, are destined to thrive. As the seer departed, leaving behind a sense of serenity and understanding, the villagers exchanged knowing glances. Prince Dike's journey has only just begun, they whispered among themselves, and Iho village will flourish under his noble leadership. As Prince Dike continued to embrace his responsibilities and grow in wisdom, the villagers of Iho began to notice a transformation in their young prince. He approached each day with the thoughtfulness and courage, earning admiration and respect from all comers of the kingdom. One tranquil morning, Queen Ekemma called a gathering of the villagers at the royal courtyard. As the villagers assembled, Prince Dike stood beside his mother, his demeanor calm yet determined. People of Iho village, Queen Ekemma began, her voice carrying across the courtyard. I am filled with pride and gratitude for the journey that my son Prince Dike has embarked upon. The villagers listened intently, their eyes reflecting curiosity and anticipation. He has learned from his mistakes and grown into a beacon of wisdom and honor, continued Queen Ekemma, her gaze resting warmly on her son. A humble elder stepped forward, his voice resonating with reverence. Prince Dike's journey reminds us that even the tallest tree starts as a small sapling, he remarked, and with nurture and care, it grows to touch the sky. The villagers nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with admiration for their young prince. Prince Dike took a step forward, addressing the villagers with sincerity. I have learned that true strength lies not in power, but in the wisdom to use it wisely, he said, his words echoing with conviction. The villagers applauded, their voices rising in a chorus of encouragement and support. One elderly woman approached Prince Dike, her eyes filled with kindness. "You have blossomed like the flowers after the rain, dear prince," she said, "and your journey inspires us all to embrace growth and resilience." Prince Dike bowed gratefully, his heart brimming with humility. "Thank you, kind elder," he replied. "I am determined to serve our kingdom with honor and dedication." As the villagers dispersed, a sense of hope and unity filled the air. "Prince Dike's leadership will guide us to prosperity," they whispered amongst themselves, "for he embodies the virtues that define our village." As Prince Dike continued to lead with wisdom and compassion, the harmony in Iho village grew stronger with each passing day. Queen Ekemma watched her son with pride, knowing that he had embraced the lessons of responsibility and humility that life had taught him. One afternoon, as Prince Dike sat beneath the shade of the village sacred oak tree, the wise elder approached him with a warm smile. Prince Dike greeted the elder, his voice gentle yet filled with wisdom. "You have blossomed into a leader worthy of admiration." The prince looked up, his eyes reflecting gratitude. "Thank you, wise elder," he replied humbly. "I have learned much from the guidance of my mother and the villagers." The elder nodded knowingly. Indeed, a leader is not measured by the crown upon his head, but by the compassion in his heart. Prince Dike pondered the elder's words, his thoughts turning to the future of Iho village. "I wish to honor our traditions and lead with integrity," he said earnestly, "to ensure the prosperity of our people." The elder's eyes twinkled with approval. "The river that flows with purpose nourishes the land it touches," he remarked, "and so shall your leadership nurture our village." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the village square, Prince Dike stood before the gathered villagers. "People of Iho," he began, his voice carrying with quiet authority, "let us walk together on the path of unity and prosperity." The villagers cheered, their voices echoing through the village in joyful celebration. Queen Ekemma stood beside her son, her heart swelling with pride. "You have become a beacon of hope and inspiration, Dike," she whispered, her voice filled with maternal love. Prince Dike smiled, his eyes reflecting determination. "With the wisdom of our elders and the strength of our community," he declared, "we shall overcome any challenges that come our way." As the villagers retired to their homes, a sense of optimism filled the air. "Long live Prince Dike," they exclaimed with heartfelt conviction, knowing that their young leader would guide them to a future filled with promise and prosperity. And thus, the tale of Prince Dike's journey from impulsive youth to wise ruler became a cherished story passed down through generations, reminding all who heard it of the transformative power of humility, responsibility, and the enduring spirit of Iho village. As time passed in Iho village, Prince Dike's leadership and wisdom continued to inspire hope and unity among the villagers. Under his guidance, the kingdom flourished and prosperity graced the lands once again. One day, as Prince Dike walked through the village square, he was approached by a group of young children eager to hear tales of his adventures. "Prince Dike, tell us more about your journey," one child exclaimed, eyes wide with excitement. The prince chuckled warmly, kneeling down to their level. "Ah, my young friends," he began, "my journey was filled with lessons and challenges." Another child piped up. "Did breaking the clay pot change you, Prince Dike?" Prince Dike nodded thoughtfully. "Indeed, it was a pivotal moment," he replied. "It taught me the importance of responsibility and the consequences of my actions." An elderly woman passing by paused to listen, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "The wise learn from their mistakes," she said, "and grow stronger with each lesson." The children nodded eagerly, hanging on to every word of Prince Dike's tale. Suddenly, a commotion arose as villagers gathered around, eager to express their gratitude to their beloved prince. "Prince Dike," one villager exclaimed, "you have brought peace and prosperity back to our lands." Another added, "Your leadership has united us like never before." Prince Dike smiled gratefully, feeling the warmth of his people's love and support. "Together, we have achieved greatness," he said, his voice filled with humility. Queen Ekemma joined her son, her eyes shimmering with pride. "You have become a beacon of hope for Ihope village, Dike," she remarked, "and I could not be prouder." The wise elder approached, his presence commanding respect. "The acacia tree that stands tall shelters all beneath it," he intoned, "just as a noble leader protects and nurtures his people." Prince Dike bowed respectfully to the elder, his heart filled with gratitude for the wisdom bestowed upon him. As the villagers gathered around Prince Dike, laughter and joy filled the air. "Long live Prince Dike," they cheered, their voices echoing through the kingdom. One day, on the occasion of Prince Dike's birthday, the entire village came together to celebrate. Colorful banners fluttered in the breeze, and the air was filled with laughter and music. Queen Ekemma addressed the Kadiri villagers, her voice filled with warmth and gratitude. "Today, we celebrate not only the birth of our beloved prince, but also the journey of growth and resilience that has led us here." The villagers cheered, their faces beaming with joy. Prince Dike stepped forward, his eyes sparkling with appreciation. "Thank you, dear mother, and thank you, my fellow villagers," he said, his voice carrying with sincerity, "for walking this path with me." An elderly elder approached, her face lined with wisdom earned over a lifetime. "Prince Dike," she began, "you have honored the legacy of our ancestors and brought honor to our village." Prince Dike bowed respectfully. "I have learned that true greatness is not in titles or riches, but in the hearts of those we serve," he replied. The villagers nodded in agreement, their hearts swelling with pride for their noble prince. As the celebration continued into the evening, Prince Dike sat beneath the same coconut tree where he had once learned the lesson of responsibility. The wise elder joined him, a twinkle in his eye. "Prince Dike," the elder began, "you have grown from a spirited youth into a beacon of wisdom and compassion." Prince Dike smiled warmly. "It is thanks to the guidance of my mother, the wisdom of our elders, and the support of our villagers," he replied humbly. The elder nodded sagely. "The river that flows steadily carves the deepest valleys," she remarked, "and your steady leadership has brought prosperity to our lands." As the stars twinkled overhead, Prince Dike reflected on his journey and the profound lesson he had learned along the way. "The greatest treasures are not gold or jewels," he thought to himself, "but the bonds of love and unity that bind us together." And so, under the benevolent rule of Prince Dike and the unwavering support of Queen Ekemma and the villagers, Iho village thrived as a testament to the enduring spirit of community and the values of honor, compassion, and perseverance. And thus, the tale of Prince Dike's journey from impulsive youth to beloved ruler became a cherished legend, inspiring generations to embrace growth, humility, and the timeless virtues that define the heart of Iho village. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video as we are here to bring to you educative tales on Royal Tales and More TV.